listener production.
Hey everyone, Antoinette Lattouf here with the weekend briefing. So, social media can sometimes appear to make overnight successes out of people. You know, the type that are armed with a phone, they make some great content, then boom, they explode. My next guest, yes, she's found huge success online with her comedy, but it has actually been a long, hard slog and hardly an overnight success like many people assume. Her name is Veronica B. If you don't know the name, maybe you know her alter ego, your Aunty Salma, who's an oversized-lipped Arab ethnic auntie caricature that she plays in her viral videos. Aunty Salma is truly hilarious. I'm a huge fan of Veronica's comedy, and honestly, Aunty Salma could be my mum or any one of my aunts. In today's weekend briefing, you're going to get to know more about Veronica and her super interesting life journey, which I guess can be summarised by 4 C's: colitis, Crohn's disease, comedy, and competitiveness. And fascinatingly, how she's most competitive with her own alter ego, your Aunty Salma. Later in the show, we'll be bringing you the weekend list, and that is where we recommend what to watch, see, do, eat, listen to, and everything in between. We've also been listening to your recommendations, and we'll be going through some of those as well. But first, here is my chat with Veronica B, and your Aunty Salma makes a bit of a cameo too. Veronica, it is so lovely to have you on the weekend briefing, although I have to say I'm a little bit disappointed that you don't have your oversized lips with you today.
I'm already a disappointment. I haven't even started yet.
But you know, the good news is only way is up from here.
Yeah.
But do tell me about Aunty Salma, because she is a character of yours. Her videos have been watched millions of times. So for those who haven't watched her yet, if you don't live in a cave, get on Instagram or TikTok and check it out. Who is she? How did she come about? Do you love her or loathe her, or a bit of both?
So Aunty Salma is a representation of every ethnic mother. Okay. It's just all the stereotypes in one. And how it started was on TikTok. I made a few videos just like mocking how our mothers are. And then someone randomly commented and was like, oh, I named this character Salma. And I'm like, all right, yeah, why not? And then, I don't know, just slowly it just turned into a thing. And now she's more popular than me. That is so annoying.
So you're a little bit jealous of Salma.
Bro, I made her into what she is right now. I had to work hard. And now people love her more than me.
And what's been your favourite video of Salma?
Oh, every single one. What do you mean? Every single one. She's so funny.
Well, she's so funny, but she's also quite rude. Let's be honest. She has no filter.
Okay.
And she doesn't care about people. I mean, I love it because I relate to it.
Because I said she's a representation of all our mothers. So if you're going to say she's rude.
But she is a little bit. But my mother is too. My mother will look at my daughter's artwork, and my daughter will be like, you know, what do you think they did? Yeah, Grandma, what do you think? It's a bit ugly. You're not drawing in the lines. Do better next time.
Passive aggressive. See,
yes.
I don't see it as rude because it's like normal. Like this is normal.
Right. Okay. But then you see other people's grandparents who are like, oh, sweetheart, that is just amazing. I've never seen an artwork like that. And I'm like,
I see
is
that and I'm
something
like,
wrong
that's
with
fake.
them?
No,
is something wrong with them?
Too nice.
Right. Okay. So maybe the word rude wasn't right. Just real and passive aggressive or unfiltered.
Unfiltered, yes. She's uncensored. She says what everyone thinks. That's it.
This is true. And this is quite liberating. Okay, Aunty Salma, I don't think you're rude. I just think you're really honest.
We should have her in one day.
I would love to have her in one day because I would love her to tell me how I'm doing in my job, because I'm sure she'd have lots of opinions. This has to be my favourite video though, because it's about food and the exchange of food, because food is such a central part of Arab culture, as well as the unspoken rules of how you prepare it and how you share it. Let's take a listen.
Are you hungry? Do you want to eat anything?
No, sit down. No, I don't want food. Please, I am so full. Please, I'm not going to eat it. I will not eat it. I will not touch it even. Don't, sit down. You will make me angry. I hope from God she offers me the food again. I am so hungry, but obviously it is too rude for me to accept the food from her house. No way.
Okay, she's obviously waiting for me to offer her the food again. But why do we act like this? Like, why is it rude to accept food that's offered to us? We went to the bakery this morning. It's still hot. We have the cheese sage, manouche, lahm ba'ajin. I know you love that.
I cannot believe I am going to say no to fresh cheese sage from my favorite bakery. No, please, I don't want to eat. Please, thank you. If I want, I will take it, okay?
I honestly hate this game. It's like you need to force guests to eat. Are you sure? It's so nice and hot and fresh. She is tempting me so much.
No, don't be silly. I didn't come to your house to eat. I came to your house to sit with you.
Okay, I'm not bothered for this. I'm just going to put it down. Okay, I'm going to put it here anyway. If you want, you can get some. Hallelujah, she put it down. Okay, I will wait 5 minutes and then I will take.
Haram, nobody is touching the food. I will try just one small piece. No, the smallest one. Even small. Cut it in half. This one, okay. I just want to try,
Oh my God, I love it. And I love that even listening back to that, it still makes me laugh. It still makes you laugh.
I did that video.
Still makes you laugh.
Of course it makes me laugh. I love all my videos. I'm so narcissistic when it comes to that.
I'm so great and I know it and I'm going to laugh and own it.
Literally, I was listening to that video just then. I'm like, damn, like I'm so good. Wow.
You really are so good. So that is my favourite video. What are some of the issues you cover in your top few most viewed videos? Because what we heard there was an exchange between Aunty Salma and, presumably someone who she's visiting. Other times it's Aunty Salma and her daughter.
Yeah.
Talk me through, obviously, which are both played by you, but talk me through some of the issues you cover in your videos and why you choose those.
It's literally just the stereotypes. That's it. And the reason that I do those type of videos is just to bring light to situations that occur for everyone because everyone thinks of this stuff but no one's ever going to say it because everyone's too honestly Selma can do those videos. If I did it I would get cancelled. She's allowed to do those videos.
What do you mean by that?
Because obviously it's stereotypes and we live in a very sensitive world right now.
Yes.
Okay. And for some reason, it's fitting for her to be able to do that.
Yeah, but it is a character and it is a caricature or a stereotype of ethnic mums and more pointedly Arab mums, but I'm sure other Southern European and South Asians may relate as well. I do think, though, when it comes to comedy, making fun of your own culture, you have more leeway. If you were playing an Asian mum, you'd probably get cancelled.
People try to cancel you no matter what.
Right.
Even me making fun of where I'm from, people will be like, oh, how can you represent us like this? It's like, chill out, have a laugh, man.
Yeah, right. So you get some of that as well?
Of course. Are you kidding?
Well, I think
if you don't get hate, you're not relevant enough.
That's right. But you obviously get overwhelming support and there are going to be people who don't like it. But to that, especially if you're not being offensive, is, well, don't watch, don't like it. They don't have to. No one's making them watch your videos.
Yeah. No one's making anyone watch it, but I just always end up on the algorithm. So you have no choice.
Yeah, because I'm so good and successful, right? That's why you are. But I want to walk it back a little bit.
Yeah.
You say Salma is based on your mum. Well, you've said that previously, as I understand. Or
all our mums.
Yeah.
Listen, don't get me kicked out of the house saying it's just my mum.
Okay. Because she's like, your mum's going to hear this. She's like, she said I'm rude and you said it's me.
Literally.
And it's out.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your family and your upbringing.
So obviously, grew up in a Middle Eastern house. We probably have the same upbringing. Traditional, very traditional upbringing. I pronounced words wrong when I was young. People made fun of me for it.
Yeah.
I love our culture. I love our culture so much. People think that because I mock it, that I'm not proud from where I come from, but I am so happy. I love it.
But you're doing it in a very affectionate way. To me, it comes across that you do love to celebrate all parts of your culture. So you grew up in a very traditional household.
Yeah.
And I understand that you grew up with some chronic illnesses, which perhaps helped you develop a bit of, humour as a way of navigating it. So what was it like growing up with Crohn's and colitis?
Really bad. Really, really bad. Because, okay, so I was diagnosed when I was maybe 7 years old. No one in my family knew anything about this. They were just like, oh my God, this kid has some foreign disease. Everyone had to learn.
Something that Panamax couldn't fix.
It couldn't fix it, no.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I had stomach aches. I was crying and then they thought I was being dramatic. And then one day I got sent to hospital and then all our worlds were just flipped because okay, now my daughter's going to be, like my parents, that's my parents' view. My daughter's now going to be in hospital. I went to school in hospital for a lot of the time, and it was just a new condition that my whole family, and even we had to teach the school what it was, because
there wasn't much awareness.
There wasn't much awareness, and it was hard. It was hard because I didn't know what was happening to me. I potentially would have had to gone through surgery that was going to change my life, and I don't know. Anyway, now 16 years later.
But it's a chronic illness. It doesn't go away.
It doesn't go away. So I'm living with it forever.
Yes.
But it's cool now. Like I've met so many people. It's cool now. No, like I've met so many people like that have it, and you get used to it. Like it's with you forever. It shouldn't dictate who you are. No chronic illness should dictate who you are. It's just a part of you.
For those who still don't know what it is.
It's IBD, so irritable bowel disease. Mm-hmm. So it's it's not a nice condition to have. It's to do with my bowel.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
It's like IBS.
But it also leads to like being incredibly lethargic, and like it's not just having to go to the toilet all the time.
No. Like picture like having period pain times like 100. I don't know what giving birth is like, but I feel like
I don't recommend it. I mean, like I still like my kids, but I also don't recommend giving birth. It's painful. You can't leave the house when you're flaring up. Like you can't even leave your bed. Like I don't know. It's not something nice to have. So what does managing it look like for you today?
Just lots of medications.
Yeah, right. Dietary changes or anything like that?
I used to be like on a diet which was gluten and dairy intolerant, and that was that helped me a lot, being like cutting out gluten and dairy, but then it was really hard to maintain.
That's what I do, but it also means cutting out joy from your life.
Yeah.
Because you can't eat those jibnimne-ish. You can't eat half of our food.
Nothing. It was really bad. Like when I did when I cut out gluten, I was really, really young. And that's when like the supermarkets had one tiny little section dedicated to gluten-free. Like there was nothing. There was like one bread available, and this bread was like so stale. Like that's what it felt like. Like gluten bread used to be so hard that you had to toast it to make it edible to eat. But now there's like whole rows and aisles of options. You can go out to restaurants.
So you might consider giving up gluten again?
No. Are you kidding? What a life is that? Why would I do that to myself?
It is
you pick and choose your battles, you know? You pick and choose what you want to suffer for.
Fair enough. So I want to talk about also how humour helped you navigate those times.
Yeah.
Do you think making people laugh or making yourself laugh was... Well, you know, I hate to say that laughter is the best medicine.
No, but it is.
Something.
It helps you through things. I actually used to be a spokesperson at Crohn's and colitis events for like the youth. So I'd go there and I'd like talk to young people about what it's like having the condition, like talk to other people that have it, and just have a laugh with people, because it is a shitty disease to have, and a lot of people literally
it is, yeah,
and a lot of people just like they victimize themselves, and people look at them and they're like, oh, poor you, like you have this condition. It's like, no, bro, like I can do everything that you can do as well. I'm just suffering inside as I'm doing it.
Yeah.
But if you don't have a laugh about it, you're going to cry.
Yeah.
Like everyone has something wrong with them.
And so I'm glad you found a way to have a laugh, because that was also your fallback when you lost your job during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Because you were working in events, and then you decided, I'm just going to make people laugh?
No, so I've been doing content for like over 10 years, right?
Right.
I just had my breakthrough on TikTok during COVID.
Okay.
So I've been making the same type of similar type of content like back on Facebook days, Snapchat, YouTube. Like I've tried every platform, but I was not going to get on TikTok. I was like, no way in hell.
So why didn't you want to go on TikTok?
Because it had the stereotype of like you had to dance on it. And I'm not going to dance. I don't care about dancing. I'm not going to follow trends and dance. That wasn't my interest.
Yeah.
And it was a 12-year app. That's what everyone knew it for.
A what app?
12-year. Like for 12-years.
12-year-olds?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm not with the cool people lingo, sorry. Yeah, okay, 12 years.
No, like for 12-years, and like so we were in COVID, and I remember my friend being like, you have to jump onto TikTok. You have to jump onto TikTok. I'm like, I'm not going to jump onto TikTok, bro. Your sister's dancing on there. What, you want me to go on there and do what? Dance?
Yeah.
She's like, no, like it's up and coming. Like you should really be putting your content on there. And I was like, okay, like, you know what? I've exhausted all options. I've been doing this for 10 years. Like, I'm tired. Like, I don't know when this breakthrough is going to happen, but I'm tired. I'm like, you know what? Like, whatever, I'll try it.
So you weren't an overnight success. You were like a 10-year success. or
Yeah,
7
that's
year
why I get so
success.
annoyed when people are like, you're so lucky. I'm like, oh my God, if only you knew the cringe content that I would be doing.
Yeah, and then like having 4 people like it and 3 of your aunties saying negative things underneath
Yeah,
it.
I'm pretty sure
this
like,
is not very good.
I was the only one like getting myself views. I was watching myself. So I started TikTok and first video was like a trend video. I thought that's what you had to do. You had to follow trends. And it flopped. I didn't even like doing the video anyway. And then the second video, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do what I want to do. Like I'm going to do my comedy. And I did it and it popped off. And so I just continued doing that and it kind of blew up. And also because I was like one of the only people in the area doing it, everyone else was like bullying me for doing it.
Yeah. Making fun of your own culture, bullying you for making fun of your own culture. Or just being on TikTok in general.
Just being on TikTok in general.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But everyone that was bullying me, they had an account. They just weren't posting. Now those are the same people that are hitting me up to do promos for their business.
Yeah. It's like, no bitch. It's not going to happen.
No, yes it will. I want money.
Open to all collabs.
I need to travel, you know. I want to go Mykonos.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's not cheap.
So you've stopped working because of the pandemic. You weren't an overnight success. My apologies. Things pop off on TikTok during lockdowns and it then became your full-time job.
Yes.
What does being a full-time online funny person look like?
Okay, so I would say my full-time job is content creation. Like I just say that to people, it's easier. But like I do so many things. Like I don't even know how to categorize myself. Like, yes, I do content creation on Instagram and TikTok. I also do acting. I do, what do? I do events. Some would say like I'm an entrepreneur. Like there's so many things.
So you MC, you create content, you do brand partnerships.
I do hosting. I do my own events, like influencer events. Yeah, and then I do like obviously the brand ambassadors going to different like say restaurants, experiences, do promotions for that. There's just so many things, so many random jobs. There's no stability. If you want to do this, just know that there is no stability in social media.
Right, because you're always hustling for the next gig or like waiting for the next partnership or event.
Yes, but it's also where you want to take your page. People think that, content creation is like easy. Like, you just post online and then you get paid for like promoting a product. It's not that simple. It's not like that.
Have you ever had to promote a product that you actually thought was really shit, but you were like, oh, whatever, I need to pay the bills this week, so I'm gonna do it?
Okay, so at the beginning, when I first started getting brand partnerships, I didn't know how it worked. I was friends with nobody in the industry. Like, I just had to learn for myself. I was just learning off YouTube and just trial and error. And one of my first ever brand partnerships, I didn't know how it worked. I thought you just accept it and then like they give you money and then you just post about it. And I just also didn't know that things could be bad. You know what I mean? Like, I got a product and I was like, oh my God, I don't like it. I don't know what to do. Like, how do I return it? Am I allowed to return it? Like, I don't know. I don't know what happens at the start. Like, I don't know. Didn't even know who to ask. And anyway, whatever. That was like 3 years ago, that one time. Anyway, that was the only ever brand partnership that I did not like. But in saying that was at the start. Now, obviously, I would never do anything that I'm not happy with. Like, I don't accept anything that I wouldn't want to share with my followers because obviously they trust in me. I built this platform and it was not easy. I'm not going to just tarnish it over what. Like I've given up thousands of dollars, like believe me, thousands of dollars for companies and products that want me to promote them, and I just don't think it's either right for my page or I don't want to share that with my followers. It's just not something I would buy myself. And it kind of hurts. Imagine giving up that much money just to...
absolutely. Damn it,
and
having morals and standards suck sometimes.
I know. Sometimes I'm like, I wish I could just be a sellout, man. I'd be making so much money if I could just sell out. But like, I care about the people who follow me, and obviously like they follow me for a reason. That's more valuable.
Have you considered taking your comedy to the stage? I know you did an event for, I think it was TikTok, like a comedy event. Are you looking to do stand-up or anything like that? Or
I have hosted my own stand-up comedy show. That was cool. That ended up being a sellout show. It was my first time. Sorry, not sellout. Like,
so you did sell out. You are a sellout.
I am a sellout. See, this is why I do edited things online so I can crop and like redo that line like 100 times. Okay, so from that comedy show, I learned, because I had my own section, like as Veronica B, I did a comedy skit, and also Salma had her own part as well. So gathering from the crowd's reaction, they loved Salma. So I was like, okay.
Oh, again, you can't compete with her.
I know, this is so annoying,
such a
man.
mole.
She's outdoing me. I'm like, listen, I brought you to this world not to outdo me, but just to work beside me. So I think I'm best as like a comedy MC, comedy host, but not an actual stand-up comedian. I've learned that I can't do that. Salma, on the other hand, she can do whatever she wants.
Yeah,
she's good at everything.
Yep. I love that. Even if she's not good at it, she thinks she's good at it.
No, she is good at it. Thank you very much.
Okay.
But definitely I want to take like international shows.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Like I have so many followers overseas.
I was going to ask that. Like, where are they? Where are your followers from and who are they?
Right now, my biggest following is Australia, UK, USA, and India.
Oh, in India as well. Yeah. Wow. And given that you obviously have a big and growing audience overseas and, you know, many people feel, especially when they follow you, that they have a relationship with you and they ask things of you. And have you been asked to do things or say things that you're just like, nah, this is not me, this is not my brand?
All the time. People obviously want me to comment on a lot of things that are relevant in social media. And look, at the end of the day, just because you have a platform, it does not mean you should be pressured into posting anything that you don't want to post. And I think that's a con of having social media. People put you on like this pedestal and they think that you should be sharing your opinion openly with the world. And I don't see why you should. Like you can keep things to yourself. I don't have to feel that, okay, I have lots of followers, I should be promoting this or pushing this or commenting on this. Like, no, that's not why I created the platform. And I don't have an obligation to either.
Yeah, it's interesting. If people do think because you have a platform, I get it too. Why don't you do this? And why don't you go there? And why don't you say this? And I'm just like, oh.
Why don't you do it? Why do I have to do it?
Okay, so I'm super keen to find out what you and Salma, Aunty Salma, are getting up to next.
She has some big plans this year.
Yeah.
Very, very big plans. But I can't tell anyone.
Anything?
It's a secret.
Tell me anything. Can you at least tell me if those lips are real?
Everything about her is real. She's all natural. What do you mean? Let's just say if you're international, like if you don't live in Australia, Salma might have a surprise for you.
Oh, I love that. That is very exciting. How does your mum respond to Aunty Salma? Because I know you say it's all of our mums, but does she get a little bit cut or is she a bit proud?
Look, at the start, she was like, oh my God, people are going to think it's me.
Yeah.
But I was like, Mum, relax. Like, it's all our mums. Like, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
She loves her. She loves her. She thinks she's so funny.
Does she love her more than she loves you?
Look, I don't know at this stage. Bit of a touchy question. No, but you know what? Like, Selma's biggest audience are mums.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
like, a lot of mums come up to me. They're like, oh my God, we love her. And I'm like, man, that's really toxic.
That's a bit strange. You might need like see a therapist or something. Something's going on.
Oh my God. No. But my mum loves her now. Like she resonates with her, I guess. I'll be sitting at home and like she'll say something and I'm like, that's really good Salma content, Mum.
Oh, I love that.
And she'll be like, finish, khalas. Like, bro, you're exposing our whole family here. What is this?
I love it. Keep exploiting your mother. I'm here for it. Veronica B, someone who's found a lot of fame and fortune on TikTok, despite once despising TikTok and making videos on Instagram, making fun of TikTokers. The world works in a funny way. If you want to check out her hilarious videos, search at Veronica B or Your Aunty Salma. It's that time again, time for the weekend list. My producer, Michaela Savage, who has been filling in for Helen while she gallivants around the world. Is she gallivanting around the world,
Yes,
Michaela?
she is. Around Europe, at least.
Damn
yes,
her.
Very jealous.
She'll have plenty for the weekend list when she returns. But, Michaela, what have you been lapping up, consuming, loving.
Yeah, well, one of the things I actually just listened to this morning on my way in is one of our own listener podcasts, I will say, and it was this really cool episode of our Broadsheet podcast with Hannah Gadsby, and it was such an interesting chat. It was really, really funny. They talked about their wedding cake, which was shark themed, which was so random,
wow.
and it was like two otters holding hands in a shark's mouth, which is just so strange. But you'll have to
So
listen to get the
random.
context. I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
And then, of course, talking about their Netflix show and sort of life before and after Nanette, which was the show that really blew up for them. And I just had a great time listening to it, and I really, really recommend anyone else give it a go.
Okay, I will check it out because I want to find out more about this shark cake because the only time I've ever seen a shark cake is usually for like a 4-year-old boy's birthday or something,
yes,
not a symbol of love.
No, I
but-
wouldn't have thought of it for a wedding myself. But yeah, listen and find out the context. No spoilers.
Very good. Okay, so my recommendation this week, and I will preface it by saying drink responsibly. I'm not suggesting binge drinking. I understand alcoholism is an issue, yada, 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 all the PSA and health warnings. You got that. Having said that, I do like to have a glass or two of Prosecco.
Don't we all?
I do also like to be a tight ass, and I also like Aldi. So the Aldi Prosecco is like a triple whammy. What do you call that in cricket? When there's three things happen? A hat trick.
Yes.
This is a hat trick for me.
I think that's a cricket term.
Yeah, I think it's a cricket term. And I'm not sure you can apply it to being a tight ass who likes Prosecco shopping at Aldi, but I've hat tricked my drinking habits. And that is I believe it's $15 bottle of Prosecco. It comes in a fancy bottle.
Right.
It looks great. Anytime I serve it to anyone, they're like, oh my God, where's that from?
Where's this fancy bottle from?
And then I'm just like, oh, just this like boutique place. I don't tell them where it's from. And I've always preferred Prosecco over champagne. And
Yeah,
Prosecco
right.
is like the Povo European cousin to champagne. It comes from Italy. And I just can't recommend it enough because it's delicious. It's affordable. Everybody likes it. I will say, because it is a bit cheap and cheerful, 1 or 2 glasses and that's it. If you have
It's all
any
you
more,
need.
that's probably not drinking responsibly. But if you, let's just say, in the odd scenario that you drink more, maybe drink the whole bottle, which someone like me may or may not have done or experienced on occasion, you'll wake up with a horrible headache.
Okay, so
stick to 1 or 2 glasses,
yeah,
and it's
then
fabulous.
You'll be okay. I do also, as a side note, I really like the Moscato from Aldi too. So just kind of, again, we're not encouraging any kind of drinking habits, but check out the liquor section in Aldi.
I do judge Moscato drinkers.
Oh no,
because I think
I should get that to myself.
it's like cordial wine because it's so
I'll take
sweet.
that. Yeah, no, that's fair. That's probably an accurate description of the things that I
it's lolly,
like
it's
in
lolly
alcohol.
drink. It's lolly drink wine.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll cop that.
You'll
That's
cop
fair
it?
enough. Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yes, I do like things to be sweet. I like a good cider as well. So you know what? I'll cop that criticism.
Okay.
That's fair enough.
very
Yeah.
gracious of you. What else do you have?
Well, on almost the flip side to alcohol, something that I have not gotten into but I'm sort of aspiring towards getting into is run clubs. I don't know if you've seen them pop up everywhere.
People have always, people like run. I mean, yes, running with other people is a way to get you to do it and not.
Yes,
and not hate it.
And not hating it. That's
Yes.
right. And it's kind of like run clubs are the new dating apps almost. There's this thing on social media where it's like, if you're done with Hinge and you're done with Tinder, just join a run club and you'll see who you meet.
Yeah.
But I'm a little bit skeptical of that because I am not at my most attractive when I'm running. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm hot and sweaty, not in a good way.
Panting, not in a good way.
Like not in a good way. And I'm just unsure about the success rate. But like if social media is to be believed, which we all know it's not, but
So are you going to try it?
I think I should, and I'll report back.
Yes.
I'll let you know how I go.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, has it worked out for anybody you know?
Not personally, no. So I'll
Okay.
test the theory and I will report back.
Yeah,
I'll
good for
join
your
a run club.
health. Could meet someone cute.
You got the shared interest of running.
And worst case scenario, you come out fit.
That's
Fit
right.
and single.
Yeah. What do you got to lose? Yeah. There are worse places to be than fit and single.
Okay, I'm going to press you on that next time we have a chat. My next recommendation is actually a chat I had with. It sounds strange to recommend something that I did, but it's less about me and more about Abby Chatfield. So I went on the It's a Lot pod.
Yes.
And even though Abby and I might sort of travel in some similar circles or know some similar people, I've never actually met her before. And we had this great connection straight away. I feel like I'm on The Bachelor, like we have this great connection. there's a real chemistry. But she is even sort of more fabulous and gorgeous and clever in person than what I've seen online and on TV. And we have a really candid chat about everything that I have been experiencing with my very public legal case against the ABC. We talk about feminism. We talk about the fact that a lot of influencers or people who espouse being feminists in this country have been super silent about the atrocities facing women in Gaza and their children. We also have a laugh. And so we had such a good time on that podcast, and we covered such heavy terrain, and then we also laughed a lot. And it was a good example, I found, therapeutic for me to find moments of joy and laughter despite all of the horrors.
Yeah, I bet. I'm so excited to listen to this. It's absolutely cute in my playlists, and I'm really keen to get into that really deep stuff, but then, also have a laugh with you guys. Will there be a second date, do you think?
Yes, and there will be a second date because we did. The chemistry was, off the charts. It was great. So Abby will be coming on the weekend briefing where I get to, put a spotlight on her and hopefully have a few more laughs.
That sounds perfect.
Amazing. Thanks, Michaela. Get running. Try and get your hot jog on. Report back.
Yeah, sounds good.
That's it from me, Antoinette Lattouf, on the Weekend Briefing. Thanks for hanging out. It's always a pleasure. If you want more of the Weekend Briefing, you can find us on the Listener app. You can download the Listener app. You can follow us there. Otherwise, follow or subscribe wherever you get your podcast from. And you can give us a rating or review. Tell us what you thought about this chat with Veronica B and your Aunty Salma. And while you're there, you can also review and rate any episode, every episode. Why not? I'll be back next week, but Tom Tilley has another Weekend Briefing. Tom, who are you chatting with this weekend?
Yes, so in my episode of the Weekend Briefing this week, I've got a really thoughtful, gentle, introspective interview with a Canadian author called Patrick DeWitt. And his career's been a slow burn. Published his first book in his mid-30s, but the last two have both been made into film. So we're going deep into his life and into the inner worlds of his characters, exploring things like loneliness and escapism. It's a really interesting conversation with Patrick DeWitt.
Listener.